At Bath Savings, you know us for our exceptional customer service. And that service extends to our secure online and mobile banking solutions, so you can feel comfortable accessing and managing your accounts wherever you are. And it's all backed by the same personalized customer service from neighbors right here in your community. To learn more about Bath Savings online and mobile banking solutions, visit bathsavings.com. Bath Savings, your neighbor, your bank.
Hager Enterprises, a paving and excavation contractor specializing in all sorts of site work, utility installations, and road construction since 1987.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of High School Hoops. I'm Larry Seidlinger and boy am I excited because tonight I got 3 stars of yesterday and they're still stars in everybody's eyes anyway from around here. We've got Gabe Hager and Tucker Stiles from Lincoln Academy and Corey Donlin from Madomic Valley, and you guys had quite illustrious careers. You guys helped build a Lincoln Academy program to respectability, and you lived in the tradition that you had to take it to the next level all the time, right?
That's right.
Guys, welcome to High School Hoops.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
It's good stuff. I've been looking forward to this, and I know your dad volunteered you to come here this morning, Gabe. So if they're a little shy, folks, they're not really all that shy. Just got them on TV here. But you're all playing at college level. Gabe, where are you now?
I'm at Maine Maritime down in Castine.
And you playing the 2 or 3 position?
I'm playing the forward position right now.
Forward position down there.
Yep. Yeah.
Taka, how about you?
I'm at Southern Maine Community College, and I'm playing like the 2 and the 3.
And Corey?
I'm at Farmington, University of Maine at Farmington, and I'm just a forward.
Playing forward.
Yeah.
And all having some success, getting playing time?
Yep.
Are you enjoying yourselves?
Yeah, I am. It's definitely a new experience. Definitely a lot to learn.
How about you, Taka?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The guys are amazing. I like the coach. It's a good program.
And you, Corey?
It's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun practicing and playing. It's been a good time.
Corey, I got to ask you this because you were always the big guy on the floor. You're not the big guy on the floor anymore, are you?
I'm not. Definitely not the biggest.
What's that feel like? What's that like?
It's not too bad. I just have to work hard and do my best.
And Tyler and Tucker, you were always one of the quicker guys on the floor. And I'm sure there's guys you're playing against now just as quick as you are.
Oh, no, I'm definitely one of the slowest on the floor nowadays. That's for sure.
And Gabe, you could shoot the ball, but there's guys who can shoot just as good as you could.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of people on the team that can shoot really well. And everyone can score at a really high level, which is pretty cool to see, and it's fun to play with.
You can put some points on the board in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
And you all play in the North Atlantic Conference. So you play, no, do you play in that conference too?
We play in the USCAA.
Okay, so that's a little bit. But Corey, you and Gabe play in the same conference.
Yep.
So you see each other.
Yep.
How'd that matchup turn out? You played once. You got the best of them, didn't you, Corey?
We did.
But they got to go to Maine Maritime, though, right?
No, they came to Maine Maritime.
So you're going to go up there and spoil their homecoming.
That's the plan.
You just had a game against another Midcoast guy here from Camden,
Yeah.
Mr. Duke.
Yeah.
And he got you at the buzzer.
He did.
What? How did that happen?
He's a great player, man. He's good.
Good players do that too.
Yeah.
I'll start with you, Gabe. What's been the biggest adjustment at the college to play college basketball?
I think that going from like being the guy that everyone looks to like make things happen to taking like a step back and like finding a role like deeper in the team and learning how to make the stars of your team better and then work up to that level at some point in your career is like a big change.
How about for you, Taka?
I'd say probably about the same. I had a pretty good role at Lincoln, and going to SMCC, we have a bunch of 4th years and 3rd years, and really just working them in practice, making them better. You know, it's in the playing time is way different, big adjustment, and just the skill level too.
I'm sure getting 26, 27 minutes a night at the high school level is a lot different. At the college is not going to happen.
Yeah.
How about you, Corey? You're coming as a freshman, coming into different situation.
Yeah, that was definitely a big change for me. Was playing the entire game and then playing like no minutes at all in college.
Yeah.
Watching.
Yeah, that was a big adjustment. But it's been a lot of fun in practice, just pushing the older guys to be better.
Do you find yourselves, now that you're getting a little pine time, learning more about the game, about the management of the game, and what maybe a coach's perspective?
Definitely.
Because you're always starters for a long time. You always
Yeah.
played a lot of minutes, mostly through all your high school careers, and that's a whole different way now.
Yeah.
Another strategy that comes into it is the shot clock.
Yeah.
That was a big change. Like,
You took a question I was going to ask you. How do you like playing with the shot clock?
I think high school should have it.
You do.
I do.
Yeah. I agree. I think, well, in Mass, like the high schools in Mass, they play with the shot clock. And so for some of the guys going to some of these colleges in Maine, like they're already used to it. But we have like 4 or 5 guys on our team who have like never played with the shot clock. So it's definitely a different basketball than high school basketball.
You think there ought to be a shot clock?
I like the shot clock a lot. I think it is good for the basketball game.
But the flip side of that is the level of play can be so lopsided at the high school level. Like last night, you had Madomic and Mount View. They've been a shot clock. They've been 120 points on the game the clock. So
Yeah.
how do you at the high school level, college level, the level of play is a little different than it is high school. There's a big disparity at high school sometimes. So I wonder how the shot clock would affect that.
No, that's a good point. I wasn't
Especially
really
at the
thinking
girls,
about
if
that.
there was put it in the girls,
Yeah.
my goodness, it would be really upside down. Yeah, I always like
I don't
that
know.
strategy, be able to stall for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Do that last
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
The old Bobby Knight, Dean Smith.
I think it builds good habits though to be able to waste some clock and then be able to like have to get a good shot or have to like get a set up and score. Kind of like teaches you about, say like you have 15 seconds left in a half and you need to go score before the end of the half. You kind of have already practiced that with the shot clock because you're working against a clock no matter what point in the game.
Good taking. Now, I got a really, I think it's kind of an interesting question. You guys helped bring a program back to respectability. A lot of summer program, a lot of travel, a lot of nights in the gym.
Yeah.
You came into a program you were expected to win.
Yep.
Tell us what it was like building the program.
Well, the first year was COVID. And
That didn't help any.
No, and I believe it was 4 freshmen and 1 senior that started that year, and we went to, I believe we just played the Midcoast teams, and we got killed every night, and it kind of just like taught us about losing, and we learned how to lose, and we all got sick of losing, and we didn't want to lose anymore, so we kind of fixed that.
And in leading up to that point, we were always like one of the best teams around, like throughout like the middle school like travel level all the way up, and then once we got to high school, it was like, oh crap, like
This is a real deal.
yeah, this is way different. We're playing against guys who are 4 years older than all of us.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it was. I think we learned a lot about ourselves our freshman year, with the transition to high school basketball, and then going into a program that is completely different at the high school level than it is at the middle school like travel ball level with like the success. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot about myself my freshman year.
And you were playing for Coach Ball,
Yep.
who was really working hard to build this program and hadn't had any success yet. Whereas you, Corey, came into a program, Coach DePatsy, one of probably the best known coaches, certainly along the coast and probably one of the most respected in the state. You guys just had a program in place that had produced winners year after year after year. How is that? That's a lot different, isn't it?
I would definitely say it's a lot different. It was exciting, though, to be part of a team that was winning every year, and it definitely made me push harder to be part of it, and it was harder to be part of it because like everybody was good on the basketball team, and yeah, it was fun to just grow through that and win basketball games throughout my high school career.
You come from a community that lives and breathes and dies basketball and has for 50 plus years. You guys had to build a tradition over here because the tradition had kind of faded away. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty different, two different scenarios, and yet you competed at a very high level the last 2 years of your high school career.
I think a big part of it is Madomic has a program where the set group of guys play together their whole career. Like you start in like middle school or even like elementary school. And
Pee-wees.
Yeah,
exactly.
You play with those same guys all the way up through, whereas we were all going to different middle schools and we were playing against each other in middle school, and the only time that we played together was during travel ball. So it kind of took those first couple of years to really like set in that chemistry and like learn how to play with each other, where like after those few years you'd know like on a fast break like Tucker or Lucas or someone would be filling that lane, you could always dump it off to them, where like I feel like those Madomic guys, they already had that chemistry, they already like knew where someone was going to be, where we kind of had to learn that a little bit faster and during high school instead of before it.
Yeah, coming up through the DePatsy system, you knew somebody was going to be there at that spot on the floor, and if they weren't, they would hear from Mr. DePatsy pretty quickly, right?
That's right, definitely.
and that really translated right from Pee-wees right straight through, didn't it?
Yeah, we've known. He's always been there. He's always been part of the Pee-wee system ever since I was like younger.
What do you think of the summer programs? How important it is to play in the summertime? I'll ask you, Corey, because I know you guys play a lot in the summertime.
We do play a lot in the summer. I think it's very important. It helps. It's very fun, too, for us in the summer. It's like a good break, because normally Coach Shatsy is a lot more calm during the summer, and it's just a lot more fun. Well, I wouldn't say it's a lot more fun experience.
Is it a little easier to get along with?
Yeah, it's just a little more relaxing and just like fun to hang out with everybody after the games and whatnot during the summer.
He smiles a little more in the summertime.
That's right.
How about for you fellas playing over here at Lincoln Academy? I mean, it's a big commitment for even kids, because you're all working in summer jobs and whatnot. But it's summertime. It's hot. It's more fun to go to the beach than it is maybe the gym. But how important was it for you guys?
I thought it was more fun to play teams and players that we don't normally play. Like we'd be playing A schools or AA schools or whoever was there, we'd play. And I also think that it really separated the people that wanted to be there compared to the people that were like they felt like they had to be there. You know what I mean? Like someone that wanted to be there, no matter what was going on, they'd be there, compared to someone didn't want to be there. They'd just
you really found out a lot about your teammates, didn't you, Tucker, about their commitment level, didn't you?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. It's definitely it's a challenge to be able to go to work every day, and then as soon as you get out of work, go drive 20, 30 minutes to practice for an hour, 2 hours, and then
in
go
a 90
home.
degree gym.
Yeah, in a 90-degree gym, go home, sleep, and repeat. Like it's not easy, but the guys who really wanted to get better were there, regardless of what they had going on, like whatever they made time for.
You learn a commitment level from your teammates, don't you?
You learn who you can count on, who you can't.
Yeah, that's important too. As you progress up the ladder and get better as a team, and certainly as you reach the tournament level, you really look at you know who you can count on, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Who was the one player? I'll ask you first, Corey. Who was the one player that you wanted to be like?
Be like? Like high school level?
High school, college. Who's your favorite player?
My favorite?
These guys are thinking. I can see Tucker. He's got a grin.
I would say Pierce Walston from Orono.
Really?
Who won 2 state championships his junior and senior year.
He was really good.
He was very good.
Yeah.
And I remember playing with him. And Tucker was there too, actually, our middle school AAU team. We used to play with Pierce, and Pierce was always like, it was unfair, honestly, to be on the same tier as Pierce. Pierce was so good in middle school. And he's so good now, too. He won junior and senior year state championships against the 2 twins.
Yeah.
The good Oceanside team he beat both times.
He was the difference in the ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
He was controlled the tempo of the game. He controlled the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
I'd say my favorite. I have 2 favorites. I'd say my 2 favorite high school players are Pierce Walston and Chance Mercier, who
Ellsworth. Yeah.
Yeah, who I played with and Corey played with in AAU, and just the level that those guys play at is like unreal. Pierce can go off for 25, 10, and 10 a night, or he can keep himself at 9 points and set his teammates up to score 20 or 15. Or he controls the game so well, and Chance is just an unreal scorer. Like, he is just nuts.
How about you, Gabe?
I really like how Will Duke plays.
Who's that?
Will Duke.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think he's 3-level scorer, can get to whatever spot he wants, make anything that he wants. Like, he can just make it all happen. And he's, I feel like he's underrated for his size. He's way more lengthy and big than he looks or gets credit for. So.
Well, I'm going to do you one better, because you know who I think is the best high school player I've ever seen? Cooper Flagg. And I had the opportunity to see him at the Duke Maine game down at Duke. The guy is incredible, and he's the same age you guys are. That kind of blows your mind a little bit, doesn't it?
It's wild.
To think that he's playing at that level, a kid from Newport, Maine.
NBA next year.
Who'll probably sign for millions of dollars and be playing with Jason Tatum and LeBron and all these. That's pretty wild.
That's unreal.
For a kid from Maine, isn't it?
Unheard of.
It's pretty wild. What are your thoughts on a Cooper Flagg?
I think it's incredible. I think it's super cool that there's a kid that.
Have you ever played against him?
I played against Nokomis once my sophomore year, but he was out with a hand injury or something. So he was sitting on the bench watching.
Have you guys ever played against him or seen him?
When we were younger, we used to go to the Colby basketball camp, and him and Ace would go there. But that was the only time I ever played against him.
Yeah, but
He was freshman year during COVID when the summer league was outside at the Augusta outdoor courts,
really?
and he played the game after us, and he was there. But I've never played.
best player on the floor?
He didn't play. He was.
Oh.
I think he had a knee injury at the time.
Oh, just watching.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on this year's teams, Lincoln Academy?
I think that they lost a lot of scoring, but their defense definitely makes up for it. So they're holding teams really low in points, and they're winning, but they're not winning by as much margin just because
They don't have a lot of 20-point victories.
Correct. Just because they're struggling right now to find that person who's gonna consistently give them 15, 20 points a game. And I think they're going to find it. I think it's just going to take a little time to figure out. A lot of those guys are changing roles. They're learning how to play different styles, and they're learning new pressures and stuff like that. They've never really had Coach Ball relying solely on them. So that's a whole new learning experience for them.
They haven't got a Gabe Hager or a Tucker Stiles to get them a bucket when they need one.
Yeah, but I think they're going to find it. I think it's just going to take a little time.
Well, they're doing okay. Corey, what do you think of the Potomac team? What are their chances?
I think very high.
I think they're
From
going
what
to go
I've
a long
seen,
way.
I think they're going to go very far, and they're extremely deep. They have 9 players that are all very good high school basketball players, and I've said it every time that somebody asks me. I've said that I know I was really good in high school, but they only lost one senior last year, and all those kids that were juniors have just one more year to get better, and now they're all seniors and bigger and stronger and more athletic and faster. So they're definitely going to be good.
So you guys can think about this while I put Corey on the hot seat. Who's the one player on that Potomac team this year who's really surprised you?
Christian has always surprised me. Christian coming in his freshman year was just little. He wasn't too fast. He was chunkier, to be honest. And he throughout the years I've watched all of them get better coming to the MAC with me. I've played basketball with them tons during after school. I've watched them all get so much better throughout the last 4 years. And I just played with them the other day, and they've even surprised me then how much better they've gotten. But Christian, I would say mainly.
You know who my surprise on that team is? The Dostie boy.
Owen, definitely. Owen as well.
He has just done leaps and bounds from last year. I thought last year he was a little hesitant at times. This year, he's starting, he's playing really well. He doesn't beat himself.
Yeah. No, Owen's great.
So, Tucker, who's your surprise
On the Potomac team or on
the
Lincoln?
Lincoln Academy team?
On Lincoln, Go to Gabe first.
Okay, Gabe, who's your surprise?
I think that Chase Kaufman has come into the role of hitting shots and sort of being that guy late in the game to get the ball. I think he's done a very good job of navigating how to figure out that role and how to make some changes to his game. He was more just a shooter last year, and I feel like he's kind of opened up that driving game in the in around the hoop and kind of getting people guessing what he's going to do compared to just knowing that he's going to shoot the ball. So I think that's been pretty good.
Okay, Tacky, you're on the hot seat.
I'm gonna have to go with AJ Giberson. I think last year like he was good, but I think this year is really gonna be when people see how well he's able to control a game and slow people down and get to the hoop and score.
He was my pick too.
Yeah.
But I also like Tyson Ball's leadership.
Yes, but that's always been there. You know?
Yeah.
Even last year.
Yeah, that's what I did know that. But he's a big boy.
Oh yeah.
You know, when he learns that post-up move down low, he could be a real asset to Lincoln Academy.
Yeah.
I think another asset is going to be Aiden Herring when he comes back.
Yes.
Once he's healthy, he'll definitely help.
Yeah, that was a devastating injury last year. I was at the stands I didn't see a lot of home games last year, but I was at that game and I saw that happen. I was like, oh man, that's not good at all.
Yeah. I think Aiden. Yeah. When he gets there, I think everybody who watches the games will be surprised, just because he didn't get a whole lot of minutes last year because he was a sophomore. This year, him being a junior, he's gonna get some minutes when he gets back, and he's gonna show people that he's real.
And I know the coach is going to be watching this, so I'm going to put you on the hot seat. What was the one thing, and I'll let you two Lincoln Academy boys. What was the one thing that you really liked about Coach Ball?
He cared about us more than just being a player. It was about basketball, but it was way more than basketball. He was like a
big brother, mentor.
Yeah, he was like a mentor. I've gone to Ryan about all kinds of things. He's helped me in so many ways that I feel like most coaches help with stuff, but he felt like more than a coach to me. It was more like a.
So I'll let Tucker answer this. What was the one thing you wished he didn't do, or you wished he would do better?
Not
holler so much.
No, I think that's important. I think especially being with him since 3rd, 4th grade, his level of intensity. If you can't match that and take that as, oh, he's not actually mad at me, he wants more, he needs more out of us. If you can't handle that and you can't push on and take the challenge, I don't think you're gonna go super far in life and in basketball.
So Corey, Coach DePatsy's been around a long time. He's got lots of pros. What's the one thing you like most about Coach DePatsy?
I liked how much he pushed us, just like Tucker was saying. I liked how he got intense, and that was just his way of showing that he wanted us to do more, and he was pushing us to be better every day.
What did you think? I know you've been on the wrath on the other side when he wasn't happy with you. What are your thoughts on that?
I thought it was fine. I used to, in the moment, obviously I'd be frustrated as well, but looking back at it, I thought it was a good experience for me, pushing me to be better.
Probably deserved it.
Sometimes.
What's your favorite Coach DePatsy moment?
I would say it was at Camden. We were at Madominic playing Camden. I just went over to him to tell him something, and he comes out on the court following me as I walk away, and he's yelling at me, screaming at me on the court now. And he's yelling at me, and then I go down and score. I score the next 6 points, and that was a good moment for me.
How about you, Tucker, with Coach Ball?
I don't know. We have a lot of good laughs all the time, even now still. I honestly think off of the basketball court, when he's at the store, and I'll go.
Because you have to come up by the store all the time.
Yeah. I'll stop in there on my way to work, and I'll go in and I'll see him, and I'll run over to his office and I'll poke and pinch him, and he'll get all flustered and angry, and I think just like those little things I appreciate a lot.
How about you, Gabe?
I think we went and played Yarmouth our freshman year, and we got beat by like 40 points. It was the year that everybody made the playoffs. I think we were last in the seedings. And he just came over to Lucas Tucker and I, and he just looked at us and he was like, we're going to build off of this. We're going to get better. We're going to get there one day. And it kind of just put into my brain that, like, we can actually do this. Like, it's possible. And it just showed that he was always there to support us and always had our back. So,
yeah, I completely forgot about that. I think that was really like our turning point. We're like, okay, like this year was tough, but he's got our backs and we'll have his.
So I actually was coaching at Madomic when your dad played there.
Yep.
How important, and this is for all three of you, how is important the parental support? I mean, your parents drag you around until you can drive yourself around. It's a lot of years, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think that's very important. If your parents don't bring you, then obviously you're not going to get to play. So,
But they're always cheering you on.
They are.
You know they're in the stands. You know there's somebody in the stands
Yep.
that's got your back.
Yeah.
It's great.
Huh?
Yeah, I think I truly don't think I'd be playing at the college level without, like, my parents have my back 100%. If I ever need to have a rebounder, my mom or dad will come down to a gym and rebound for me for hours, and they say yes without a second thought. Like, they're so bought in with me, and I think that's very important to our success as a team, and how involved they were with our program too was very important. Like,
I was coaching at Madomic when your dad was there too.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself here a little bit, and I know your dad's a huge supporter of what you do. Your
most
thoughts?
definitely. But I think that like growing up, you don't realize like how expensive it is and how like much of a time commitment it is for your parents. Like, they're working 40 hours a week, if not more. And
Not your dad. He's about 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
and they still like figured out how to get you to practice, how to like pay for the clinic that you wanted to go to, or whatever like workout you wanted to go do. And I don't think that that's like appreciated enough. Like, growing up, you don't really realize what it's like until you have to like see it for yourself almost. And I think that's something that's really important, is just like, as you grow up, you start to appreciate those things and just show them that you care and thank them for everything that they've done.
Cool stuff. Any final thoughts?
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
No.
Taki, you always got something to say.
I don't know. It's just fun. I had a blast.
You had a good time. Wasn't as bad as you thought, huh?
No.
It was
Yeah.
great. Thank you for having us.
Good stuff. Folks, we're going to wrap this episode up of High School Hoops with special thanks to Corey Donlin from Madomic Valley, Tucker Stiles from Lincoln Academy, and Gabe Hager from Lincoln Academy. Guys, good luck this winter. I'll be watching. I'll be
Thank
trying
you.
to get the box scores. I'm going to try to get to some games when you're down around this area. I don't travel far anymore. But and keep watching LCTV for those high school games. I know you're turning it on and back at the Dome.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, guys, thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Monday night, High School Hoops. I got another couple special guys you might be want to watching. See you next time.
At Bath Savings, you know us for our exceptional customer service. And that service extends to our secure online and mobile banking solutions. So you can feel comfortable accessing and managing your accounts wherever you are. And it's all backed by the same personalized customer service from neighbors right here in your community. To learn more about Bath Savings online and mobile banking solutions, visit bathsavings.com. Bath Savings, your neighbor, your bank.
Hager Enterprises, a paving and excavation contractor specializing in all sorts of site work, utility installations, and road construction since 1987.